Gosh, well, the quote that I've heard my dad tell me a lot of times is the good old John Wayne quote, and it goes like, "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyways." And I just advise people just to live their life as they want to live it. Things will get rough, but keep your head up. Thank the good Lord. Keep a positive mind. Don't let things get you down too bad. You can have a bad day, but just don't let it ruin your life. And other than that, I just say, like I said, stay positive and stay happy.
There is a podcast in Iowa, Farm4Profit was named by they. They stirred up a banker near, then quick came an auctioneer. Making profit was their first goal, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. These formats shook us to our core. With Farm4Fun, you will not snore. The banker set all mics to on, and the mullet of podcasts was born. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go. Before we knew, conversations grew. Growing corn even said F you. So won't you join Tenor, Dave, Corey, and crew? Please like, share, review. Soon may the farmers come to bring us guests and beer and fun. One day when the recording's done, we'll take our mics and go.
Bush.
Listeners, welcome back to the Farm4Profit podcast. This is Tanner Winterhoff.
This is Corey Hillebo.
And we are getting ready to do a Farm4Fun episode for you. If you are new to the show, we got two different kinds of formats. We're going to focus on a person for this show. The next show in your queue is going to be focused on a topic. Same host, same great educational content. Have a little fun. We just branded these the Farm4Fun episodes, Corey.
Absolutely. And we love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to give us a review, leave us a voicemail, send us a text, just tell us how we're doing. Got guest suggestions? You can email us at farm4profitllc@gmail.com or text or call us, leave us a voicemail, 515-207-9640. Today's listener review is brought to you by Gearinghoff. They're head of the class, no matter the crop. Great heads, guys. Kind of hard to find them right now.
It is, and that's for a reason. I mean, we've had them on. We had Bill on talking about how well they're managing the supply, or their supply to have the parts to make them. Just been a lot of people ordering heads, which is good. We're glad that our listeners are coming through and making them a great partner for us. But our listener review is another text, so thanks for sending those in from the 260-564. One of these times we should just put somebody's number out there. And then have all the listeners just bombard them with their own messages.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Oh, would it? I think it'd be fine. But yes, this is from him. He says, as I listened to the newest Farm4Fun episode, I was wondering if you could talk about tips for foliar feeding at higher pressure and lower volumes. Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. You got any experience with that?
I think he would be referring to like an application that what airplanes do or drones do, because it's a lower volume, but I'm pretty sure they use higher pressures to get that mist.
Right.
So that would be like a Bodie Kitchell.
Oh, we could do that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Question and answer. And personally, I like to douse the plant with a lot of liquid.
With your ground plane, yes.
With the ground plane. And high pressures.
And high pressures. I like it. But that's an example, listeners. That's what you can do. 515-207-9640. Send your suggestions, your thanks. Why do you listen to us? Just let us know. And we're going to do things a little differently in this show. We had a real quick conversation with our guest today. I don't think it was lacking in content. We pounded out a whole bunch in the next half hour, but we did not get a beer consumed. So big thanks to Busch Light for being a proud sponsor of the beer of the Farm4Profit podcast for joining us today. But we need to jump into a beer tasting before we get too far into this. So let's do that, Corey.
Yep. We've been on the trend that Chuck Walden started of mixing stuff with Busch Light. So these are non-John Deere Busch Light cans. Getting hard to find.
Yes.
What are we mixing with the Busch Light today? Orange juice.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you get? Did you get full pulp?
Full pulp.
Some pulp.
Oh, I
Some
tried
pulp.
to get full
I like
pulp.
So that's all right. I could see this being pretty dang good, kind of like a a breakfast beer.
Poured into a little bit of Midwest champagne.
So Tanner's got some. I've got some. Let's give it a try.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good. That is good right there. I endorse this. It's the mimosa of beers.
Of the Midwest.
Yep, that is dang good.
Absolutely. So there you have it, listeners. That was our beer tasting for the beginning of the show. Let's roll right into Corey's introduction.
Let's do it.
Should we see if we can?
Do you got some good music? Do you think he's dancing right now?
I don't know.
Hyping me up.
little show tune.
Today on the Farm for Fun show, we head south to meet up with a young man that's breaking through barriers and busting moves. He has over 372,000 followers on TikTok. He's a farmer, a rancher, a dancer, Okie State alum, fellow mustache supporter, and I'm pretty sure has done every TikTok dance trend and has started plenty himself. From the good old state of Oklahoma, Mr. Lane Gorrell.
All right.
Did I say your last name right? Because I did not ask.
Yes, sir. What is up, guys? That was perfect. That was perfect.
How you doing, Lane? Give us a little background about yourself that I didn't cover.
Oh, you're good. Well, I'm doing good. Just living up here in big old Oklahoma. I was originally born and raised in Mulhall, Oklahoma, on our family farm and ranch. Where we have wheat and cow-calf operation, just run some commercial cows and do a little bit of graze out and harvest wheat and everything, and just keeping busy on the farm. And went to Oklahoma State University, played a little bit of baseball and at a junior college, and graduated, and now just living the dream.
Only wheat? That's all you grow is wheat?
Well, we do some soybeans and milo, but been kind of just doing some wheat and soybeans for the most part anyway.
Wow.
Gotcha. So, listeners, if you don't follow him, it's at LAGORRELL, Legorrell.
Legorrell.
But this guy,
Yes,
no, I mean it. When it looks like he's done every dance trend on TikTok. He is a hell of a dancer, breaking stereotypes left and right. Where did that come from?
I mean, it's I can't tell you. It's just kind of the music moved me. To be honest with you, I just kind of throw my body around and hope for the best, and sometimes hit the beats occasionally if I can. But I think I've been told I've been dancing my whole life ever since I was little, so I think it's just kind of came with me.
Have you ever had any like formal lessons or classes?
Other than YouTube, I can't say I have. I just watch YouTube and get moves from there, and try. I'm not going to say that I sit there and practice them for hours. I may or may not do that, but I just kind of go with it. Just kind of let the music move me.
Well, I'm jealous because Corey and I went to a wedding. Went to Clint and Naomi's wedding, fellow TikTokers this last weekend because we're recording this here the last part of July, and I never touched the dance floor.
No, I think I did,
Really?
but I think I was crossing it to grab a beer. I might have got bumped by a couple people, but that was about it.
I almost got up to do the cha-cha
understand.
slide, but that was about it.
Actually, I lied because I did dance with Naomi because I bought that dance.
Yeah,
Dave
damn you,
screwed me
Dave.
on that. God.
Hey, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Did you say what you got your degree in?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was plant and soil science. I was plant and soil science major.
And then you said you played baseball. You said junior college baseball, but you graduated from Okie State.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I kind of went backwards. Yeah, I went to junior college, played a little bit of baseball for a year or two, and then went over to OSU, Oklahoma State University, now in Ohio.
Yeah.
And finished over there with plant and soil science.
Okay,
Them's the Cowboys, right?
we both don't know what
Yes, sir.
position you played in baseball. Let's guess. Let Tanner and I guess what position you played. Tanner, you go.
So to me, he looked like a third baseman.
See, I was going to say that, but I played third base, so I'm thinking of someone that can move like him was maybe like shortstop or second base.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I was actually a catcher.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have much room to move, but I was able to squat at least.
Yeah, that'll make sense. Drop it low.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had talked about having, you said, a cow-calf herd, correct? You guys?
Yes, sir.
You guys breed specific or just looking for production?
Yeah, just mainly for production. Like I said, we have mainly Angus, but it's just kind of Angus cross. We'll sometimes throw a Hereford bull in there to kind of get some black baldies, or a Charolais to kind of, mix up the color pattern. And just kind of because, Charolais are pretty good milk production and whatnot, throw some pretty good calves. So, but yeah, mainly just Angus, but just kind of Angus crosses and everything is what we mainly have. But just cow calf, no stalkers, and it keeps us busy. So
yeah,
and it's just family farm and everything, but kind of hopes future I'll be able to take over.
What is the
future,
family?
so.
What is the family dynamic? You got any brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, but that's about it on my part. And then my dad, he's got two brothers, so just two uncles. That one of the uncles is usually farming with us, so it's just kind of my uncle and dad and I is who are running it now. So
okay,
but it's been going good. Other than we finally got rain, so we're thankful for that. But
that was going to be my question, because I've been trying to pay attention. The weather patterns seem so weird. There's flooding in Kentucky right now. We're getting dry here in central Iowa.
Yeah, we're wet early.
You got what did Mike Burkhart said? We had seven some inches over there in Indiana.
Yep.
But you finally caught a rain. Had you been dry?
Yeah, we've been dry for a couple months and stuff. I was trying to decide if it was grass or dirt that I was seeing, because everything's just brown. So, but yeah, we finally got about an inch or so. So, good Lord provided us with something, so we'll take it. But yeah, it's been dry. That corn, have been a lot of farmers of north of us that have been having to just go through insurance, because that corn has been burning up like crazy. So,
is it all dry land, or do you got some irrigation?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's all dry land. Now out west, northwest, they've got some irrigation, but for the most part, it's just dry land from where my area is, which I'm kind of central, just north of Oklahoma City, about an hour or so.
So how was the wheat this year?
Honestly, it wasn't terrible. We averaged around, well, I don't know if I should tell you our averages, because it ain't impressive. But let's just say, it was fairly low for probably what good soil type would be. It was like in the 19s, and around here usually our average is like 35, 40. You're doing pretty good.
Yep.
So yeah, it was kind of in the 19s. But I mean, for as dry as it was, and the rain that we got was a little bit later, it wasn't terrible. We got 40 bushels on one place. It was only 9 acres, but hey,
yeah, it counts.
Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So yeah, exactly.
So when
start telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Or go ahead.
When ground sells down there around you guys, what's an acre of land cost?
And for me, it's pretty expensive, but it could go anywhere between $2,500 to $3,500 an acre. That's kind of what it's going for.
I was just curious, when you talk about your average production compared to a land cost, it's got to line up economically.
Yeah. I say it's kind of hard to make the money to pay for the land by just farming. That's for sure. It's kind of a struggle sometimes.
Yeah, and Corey's up here battling 10 times that.
Yeah.
$20,000
Well, I was going to say,
oh man,
I say where you guys are at. Yeah, is it about? I mean, triple that, isn't it, or something?
There's some 20 to 25,000 sales. Typically, those have like development potential in the next few years.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen ground sell for 15 to 20 that had no development potential for a while, and just people speculating. And I mean, everyone thinks we grow. You walk out our back door and we grow 250 bushel corn, but I mean, we can do that in spots of the field, but I can guarantee you that it's not normally that. It's a lot of times below 200 bushel corn. So, it's tough to cash flow. I don't think it ever cash flows.
And it's irrigated up there, isn't it, too, or is it?
We don't have irrigation
Right.
here in Iowa. There is a few places
okay.
here and there, but if you get out west, you cross the Missouri River into Nebraska, and there'd be a lot of even if you wanted to irrigate here, we don't have the water table. We can hold the water, but we can't get the gallons per minute. Or you'd have to go some ridiculous depth, and it would cost you so much money, it wouldn't make sense.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So when you were talking about the dynamics of your family farm, I didn't hear the mention of a girlfriend or a wife, did I?
No, sir. No, still on the lookout for one.
Even with all those dance moves?
I know. I don't know if they steer them away or what, but yeah, it's still on the prowl. My town has only got about 300 people, so options are kind of limited. You're either related to them or you know them too well. So
that's right. This isn't Alabama or West Virginia, which
I mean, with 373,000 followers and your dance moves, I would think
traps.
The thirst traps that you got going on. I would think girls would be sliding into your DMs left and right. And that mustache, come on.
There may be a few, but you know, nothing crazy. But
the
mustache, man, it's taking me dang near 24 years to grow it. So
you and Corey both.
Yeah. It's like I've had people tell me I need to shave it, but I'm like, man, that's got sentimental value. I can't get rid of this sucker now. So it's just a piece of me.
I got a love-hate relationship with my mustache. I'll rock it for a month or two, and then like it'll start getting long, and I'll trim it, but then it gets long again. It's getting in my nose and my mouth. I'm like, screw it. I'll start over. Start fresh.
That is the annoying part when it starts tickling your nose.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just a flavor saver is all it is, really.
Yes, and it does do that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I had a slice of breakfast pizza this morning at about 10 o'clock. I was like, oh, that's where that went.
Oh, God.
Hey, I'm telling you, it helps, man. It helps.
Your TikToks when you're not dancing, or sometimes you're even dancing, it looks like you're in a weight room. Did you like build an on-farm facility there so you can continue to pump up?
Yeah. Well, you know, I believe it or not, we do have. Now, I didn't build just the weight room barn, but we do have a barn. I've acquired some weight equipment, and I've been able to put in there. And Dad's been nice enough to kind of let me store it over here, and got a nice little setup. But yeah, so there is a barn full of weights. But like I said, if you guys want to lift, you're more than welcome to come too. So
I think you're just trying to get us down there to stack hay.
But well, you know, maybe so. Could be.
A little functional fitness.
Exactly.
I think Tanner and I would both benefit from hitting the weight room.
Absolutely. Speaking for myself.
Yeah.
That's funny. So we kind of stumbled across a game that we played with one of our last guests, Mr. Faber. And you're younger than us, so maybe you didn't play this game as a kid. Did you ever hear about the Do, Marry, Kill game?
Oh, heck, I sure have.
Oh, he's familiar.
Okay.
So we changed it up a little bit to try and force our guest and ourselves to think outside the box. And I'm gonna have Corey play alongside with you.
Okay.
And we're gonna switch it up to you have to have your house full of these. You could never see them again, or your neighbor has hundreds. So either your house is full of them, you can never see them again, or your neighbor has hundreds, which just probably doesn't work for him because his neighbors are probably
just
10
assume
miles
your
away.
assume your neighbor is like in town.
Yeah,
like it's right across.
I mean, I can just go over and ask him for it, I guess. But
yeah,
that's right. Yep. Okay, so let's start easy with some pets. We'll do cats, dogs, and parrots. What do you want your house full of? What will you never see again? And what do you want your neighbor to have hundreds of? Cats, dogs, parrots.
Well, you know, this could be tricky. It depends what type of person you are. Because, I mean, you could be rude and just give your neighbors a bunch of parrots and then let them deal with that catastrophe. But since I'm just, you know, a good old Christian boy down here in Oklahoma, I'm going to say I'm going to get rid of the parrots, you know. And I'm going to be nice and let the neighbors have the cats. and I'll just do dogs. And the other thing is, though, how big dogs are we talking about, though?
Oh,
Just be an obscene amount, probably.
just your house is full
like
of dogs.
too many.
Yeah.
But
Probably all the dogs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Are you a dog guy, Lane?
I am.
There you go.
Definitely a dog guy. Now, I do like cats, but I mean, I'm not, living in my mother's basement with a house full of cats, if that helps. But
No, but if your neighbor has hundreds of them, you're fine with that.
exactly, yeah.
You agree, Corey?
see. I'm gonna swap it up a little bit. I'm gonna stay with the dogs in the house. I'm a dog guy.
Yeah.
I do like cats, but I don't love them, and especially when there's too many of them. So if there's hundreds on the neighbor's property, there's going to be hundreds on my property, and they crap in the oil dry and the shop and all that. So I'm getting rid of cats. And
So your neighbor's going to have hundreds of
they're
parrots.
going to have hundreds of parrots because I'm hoping that they're in the house and I don't have to deal with them.
You can't.
Dang.
You'll never
That's
be
why you
able.
get paid the big bucks.
You will never be able to say anything when you go over there because all they're going to do is repeat it.
Exactly. Well, I'm just not going to go over there because I'm just
true.
assuming I don't like this neighbor because I'm already giving them parrots. But when there's too many cats in a barn or a building or something, it just smells like cat piss, and I hate that smell.
Yeah.
I hate it.
That's also
true.
fair.
Yeah, I do not like that smell.
That's also very fair. Okay, how about the next one? Ants, spiders, snakes.
Oh.
Oh, heck.
Ants, spiders, snakes. Have in your house, never see
my
again.
God. I don't want any
Give
of them
your
in my house.
neighbor a lot.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I mean, I'd have to say get rid of the snakes. I'm afraid I can't, especially rattlesnakes. Oh, heck no. But dang, spiders or ants, I mean, that's just like, that's kind of a lose-lose deal right here.
That's
But
not good.
I'm going to say, let's just get crazy with it and say I'll just keep the ants, let the neighbors have the spiders.
Hey, Corey, do you agree?
Yeah, I'm 100% with that. We'll keep the ants because we can set off some bug bombs and kill them pretty easy, and they're not going to bite me while they're trying to die or something. And get rid of the spiders and get rid of the snakes and the.
I was just
neighbors'
imagining the amount of cobwebs.
Oh, I hate walking.
If
into
you
a
had
cobweb.
hundreds of spiders, I
Yeah,
hate
see?
Talk about mustaches and cobwebs.
Oh, bad mix right there.
Right, you can't get rid of the cobweb, no matter how hard you try.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that last one because unless you pull up pictures, I wouldn't know who they are.
Okay. Okay.
Do the next one though. I like the next one.
All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll go back to it. So have in your house, never see again, give your neighbor hundreds of them, bankers, IRS agents, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, heck.
It's one of those lose-lose as
Interesting.
well.
I know. I'm thinking, this is what my gut's saying. I'm saying, let the neighbors have the IRS agent.
Okay.
Jehovah's Witness. Listen, I love you, but you're going to have to go, I'm afraid. And I'm going to take the bankers.
Oh, right. I like this guy.
Yeah.
He's going to let me come hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to switch it up here because I will have the bankers in the house as well, just because of necessity here. Like, there's no better options, but you do need bankers.
Mm-hmm.
You need money. IRS agent, you're going bye-bye. I don't need that crap. You can go somewhere else. And Jehovah's, I don't want you at my door, but you can be at the neighbors all you want.
There you go.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
All right, so I
Just can't live too close.
Speaking of Jehovah's, have you had the Jehovah Witness styled bug people coming around town?
Oh yeah, we use them.
You do?
We signed up.
They
Yeah.
ride the little scooters around with their little knee scooter things?
Yep. We've been before they got their scooters. We signed up a couple years ago.
Okay.
I have no bugs in the house. I have no ants, spiders, or snakes in my house.
Really?
Yeah, but no free ads.
Yeah. They've been bugging the crap out of Rachel.
Sign me up. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
All right, so Corey looked ahead at the list. I was going to actually do a regular do, marry, kill and throw in three actresses. So let's see if you can recognize the actresses. I had to pull them up on the laptop here, and I know you can't see that. But I went with Natalie Portman, Michelle Pfeiffer, or
That sounds like a relative.
or Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, heck. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to have to look up this Michelle Pfeiffer because there is Pfeiffers that live here in Mulhall, so I got to be careful.
That's funny. Well, let's see, what was she in?
Okay.
Hey,
That's what I need. I need the biggest roles that they were in so I can see them in a role.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michelle Pfeiffer would have been Scarface, Batman Returns, Dangerous Minds, Grease 2.
Okay, so she's a little older.
Yeah.
Yeah, Catwoman. Oof.
Natalie Portman would have been in Thor, both of them. Black Swan. Oh, Clearback.
Essex.
Who's she married to? Or is she?
What,
It's about Benjamin.
Are you afraid about her husband or what?
No, I just thought. No.
Dang, that's a good thought, though.
Yeah.
And
Do I have to ask the husband's permission? Or?
Scarlett Johansson was Black Widow, The Avengers, Lucy.
I'm just not vividly. I see the pictures, but I can't see them in these roles.
All right,
I can
Lane.
see Catwoman.
What do you think?
I don't know, Natalie Portman, she just seems like a lovely lady and just like someone that would love to take, hang out with you and just take care of you. So I'm going to say marry her. And then, going to have to do Scarlett. And then I'm afraid just going to have to get rid of Michelle.
Right, because she might be your cousin.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I don't want to see her family reunion. So can't make that mistake again.
All right, what do you got, Corey?
I think I'm going to get rid of Michelle as well.
You never know when she's leaving.
Yeah, pull up the other two. I'm gonna do this purely subjective and go off looks here.
This is Scarlett.
Okay.
And that's Natalie.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna do Scarlett and marry Natalie.
There you go.
Yep.
Same. Yep. Locked it out.
Yep.
Dang.
God, you guys are just peas.
Can't beat it.
Peas in a pod.
Peas and carrots, I'll tell you.
There you go. That's what it is. Peas and carrots. There you go. That was another. We'll see if anybody tells us to stop doing these do, marry, kills. I know kill sounds aggressive, but
I just need to get better at my actresses. I don't know them very well.
you might want to study up for the next show.
Yeah.
That's fun. So do you have?
You just say put,
Yeah.
permanent sleep is all you could say you're doing to them. Nothing,
Ooh, I'll
too
do the
crazy.
next one good.
What about? So you're dancing a lot. You're farming a lot. Do you do anything else for fun? Got any hobbies?
Well, I do have a full-time job. I would love just to farm full-time, but unfortunately, I figured I needed a job with insurance. So, which is something I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning, is I work for the Natural Resource Conservation Service as a soil conservationist. So I know it's for the government, unfortunately, but
That's why
I do
you
work
didn't
for
get rid of
them.
the IRS.
And yeah, and but yeah, I just work there in NRCS farm, and that's basically it. Fish if I can, but other than shaking my hips and Dad shaking his head at me, that's about all I got.
I like that. Shaking your hips or your dad shaking his head.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's a gift and a curse, really.
That is kind of neat. So the NRCS job doesn't give you free time to fish and hunt and go out there while you're on the clock.
You would think they would, but apparently they frown on that. I think apparently that's a no-no. I guess they want you to actually work.
Yeah.
Is what I've been told.
I
Anyway,
suppose.
I say, but it's a good job. We're just doing like conservation stuff. Like building terraces, waterways, spring and Bermuda, stuff like that. So it's a good job for sure. But like I said, I'd love to be able to farm if I can one day for sure, just full time.
Nice. Got anything in the pipeline? What's in the future for you?
Well, future-wise, I'm looking at hopefully maybe buying a bit of land over here, getting one of them, nice little old barn houses built, taking over the family farm, and, getting one of them families or whatever you call them. And just I plan on staying here in Mulhall, so I'm not big on change, so, it just works out perfect for me because same 300 people live here every day, so it's nice to... I know them all too well to leave, so be staying here. But yeah, just taking over the farm and trying to live that good old blessed life.
So you're not big on change, but yet you're comfortable doing, I call them silly dances because they look
Twerking.
silly to me.
Yeah, he literally would twerk.
Well, here's the thing. That's a very good point, valid point you brought up. But the thing is, you see people, for some reason, they think, sorry for the voice crack, I swear I'm not hitting puberty.
He's past that, girls. I believe it.
Yeah. But, I'm good at dancing in front of cattle because I can't see, they can't give me any feedback. They can't speak. Now, the thing is, too, is when I post it, I can't see people's face. So I'm good if I can't see their facial expressions.
Yeah.
So I can dance in front of the cattle because they shake their head, too, but they just eat grass, and I can deal with that. But yeah, dancing in the public, it depends on the right kind of music. What you guys were playing earlier, I was about to get down to, but I had to keep control of myself. But
that's pretty good. That's exciting. So have you been able to monetize this following you've got on social media? Have you got any partners?
Yeah, I've had a few anyway. NRS Ranch down in Texas. I've been able to have the joy of working with them, even though it is in Texas. So it's kind of whatever. But no, worked with them, and then Yee Apparel. Worked with them some, and this company called Mad Hatter. I've had a couple of them anyway. It's kind of crazy because I started out doing this just being silly, like you guys said, doing silly dances and just kind of horsing around, and what it's kind of come into is kind of been mind blowing because being just a small little kid from Mulhall, Oklahoma, I didn't really expect it to really turn into anything, but kind of the outreach that it's created has been kind of amazing, to say the least.
Absolutely. We witnessed that firsthand when we get people together and get to see people all across, I guess, all across the country, because we went to Louisville now, it was Commodity Classic New Orleans. We just went to a wedding in south part of Iowa.
Yep.
Getting to see people that you never would have met except for this app. And it's both Twitter and TikTok. We're looking at the Farm Progress show here coming up in 2 weeks when this comes out. Mm-hmm. Even less than 2 weeks. It'll be pretty dang close to, a day shy of 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we're going to try and put a party together for those coming over to the show. So if you're listening to this and you want to come hang out and meet a bunch of people, a bunch of guests that have been on before, a lot of people that listen, look us up. Mm-hmm. Check our social media out. We'll post the location so people can come hang out.
Cool.
Well, heck yeah. Well, I'll look you guys up right now.
At Corn, Pork, and Beans is mine.
Yeah.
And
it's
perfect.
Yep.
It's N, not and.
Yeah. Corn, pork, and beans. Why did I make that so stupid?
Well, I don't know. And then you kept it too. So now you can't change it.
Yeah.
Or if you do, you're going to have to go through a whole rebranding.
Yep. Can't do that.
The Corey Mafia.
It just is what it is.
That's good. Well, hey, we don't want to keep you too long. We know you got work to do. So the last question we ask all of our guests is, what is some of the best advice that you've ever been given?
Oh, gosh.
Well, listeners,
let me think.
Yep, while you're thinking about it, listeners, 515-207-9640. You can send us a text, leave us a voicemail, send us a pic, send us a video of you dancing.
Yeah.
Right alongside Lane. 515-207-9640. If you have questions about how to get to this after party at the Farm Progress Show, please send us a message and we will make sure that you get there. But what is some of the best advice you've ever been given?
Gosh, well, the quote that I've heard my dad tell me a lot of times is the good old John Wayne quote, and it goes like, courage is being scared to death but saddling up anyways. And, I just advise people just to live their life as they want to live it. And, things will get rough, but keep your head up. Thank the good Lord. Keep a positive mind. Don't let things get you down too bad. You can have a bad day, but just don't let it ruin your life. And, just keep moving on. But other than that, I just say, like I said, stay positive and stay happy.
That's great.
We've never had that quote before.
I like it.
That was a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything by John Wayne is good. He was born in Iowa.
Sure.
Did you know that?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, listeners, we had Lane Gorrell on today. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Look him up. If you're a good-looking woman and you're looking for some love.
And looking to move to Morrow?
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Mohall.
Check out Lane's page. Slide into his DMs. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
And all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you.
That was good.
It's only this moment.
Yeah, that was really good.
Feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's fun.
This is kind of like an after show, Corey.
Let's go.
We just let Lane go. Bale squares. Go stack square bales,
He
poor
was
guy.
trying to get us to come down and help him, and I just told him the jet wasn't available today
that's
to get down
funny.
there.
Absolutely. Well, let's finish this show out. We try to get 2 beverages in on each show. So why don't we throw one last one in here at the end? So what do we got?
We're still mixing stuff with beers. Thank you, Busch Light, for being a sponsor. This is actually one of my favorites that I've talked about on the show before. I used to call it, I didn't call it, some friends of mine called it a Yeti. Now, this is going to be mixed a little heavier, but this is Monster, White Monster specifically, with Busch Light. We used to take a couple drinks out of the Busch Light and put this in the top. It'd be kind of like a Red Bull vodka of beers.
The Red Bull vodka of beer.
But I'm telling you guys, I already know this is going to be good.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good. If you like Monster and you like Busch Light, that is the Red Bull vodka of beers, and it's fantastic. Need a little pick-me-up.
That is sweet. That is a very sweet. I mean, you poured it a little heavier than you normally do.
Typically, it would probably be like 1 part Monster, 4 parts beer. But
Yeah.
I did 50-50 this time just because that's how everything else has been going. 50% chocolate milk, 50% Busch Light, 50%
Right.
Mountain Dew, 50% Busch Light. So keep the trend going.
I like this. I like this a lot. I appreciate you sharing with me.
This is probably Tanner's first energy drink that he's ever had in
I
his
had
life.
one at the races.
Oh.
Remember that?
Well, that was an alcoholic one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I should have paid better attention. It just kind of one of those things to where my mom would probably be disappointed.
It had like a
because I
Sour
didn't look
Patch
at what I was
Kid on
drinking.
it, I think.
It was so sweet. It's making my cheeks right now
When
kind of
Dave
watering.
says it's too sweet, you know it's too sweet.
That was pretty good. So our conversation with Lane went really well. We thank him for jumping on here. And we don't normally challenge people on Farm for Fun shows, but my challenge is to go duet one of his TikToks with your dance moves.
Yeah.
I might even try that.
I hope we meet him in person sometime and we'll have to dance with him.
Yeah, maybe he can show us a thing or two.
Yeah, that'd be good.
All right, that's been enough for today. We got 2 drinks in. Why don't you get ready to send the listeners out?
Crack a Busch Light. You deserve it.